It's amazing how something super simple as having your closet organized can actually mimic a lot in your life. And I think I mentioned this in my video, right? Which is you don't realize that sometimes the clutter physically in your space also represents the clutter in your mind. Or maybe it's just a manifestation, or maybe you are just mimicking that same, pattern in your mind in other things. But whatever it may be, I found that the more my closet was organized, the more my desk was organized, the more my plans and my schedules throughout the day was organized, the more that my 9 to 5 was organized, the more that my weekend work was organized, the more that things became organized. Hi everyone, I'm Maria, the Maria Fadi on all socials. If you're new here, and I help you look good, feel confident, and achieve your goals. And if you're ready, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be sharing 6 lessons that I learned from my closet clean out and organization. Let's dive into it. Lesson number 1, you own more than you think you probably have. And this was a big realization for me recently because I was doing this whole organization in the video that obviously you should watch by now in order to get the context of this video. But let's say you hadn't watched it, right? When I was cleaning out my closet, there were so many things in there that either I hadn't worn for months or even a year at that point, just because it was literally in the back of my closet. It was just in a place that was literally physically inaccessible to me. So for me, it was like going shopping in my own closet all over again now that I've cleaned out my closet, because I can see everything where it's supposed to be and everything is color coordinated, size coordinated, and it makes shopping in my closet a pleasure. I've learned that organizing really isn't about just tidying up. It's about finding those pieces in your closet that I used to love and rediscovering the charm in them, in my opinion. And it really made me think at the end of the day, what I really need to buy versus what I really have. Because a lot of things that I thought I needed, I don't actually need them. I found some tank tops that are closet basics. I found some actual t-shirts that are closet basics, which I thought I had, but I couldn't find for like 2 years now. So to find those gems in my closet that I've always needed, like I said, the classic blue and black t-shirts that I knew I had, but I couldn't find, to rediscover those pieces in my closet was a literal joy. And to have them organized in my closet in a place that I could see easily made actually picking out pieces so much easier. So yeah, it was literally shopping in my closet. Lesson number 2, less is more. Now I used to think having a lot more just meant having more. More is more. And yeah, I guess you could think in that aspect, but more doesn't necessarily mean more in the sense of more outfits. It just may mean more clutter. The clutter itself made it harder for me to put pieces of outfits together because they were taking up space that other items should be in. The space they should have been in? I was putting stuff that I didn't need, didn't use, or didn't fit me properly. So I would put them all there just wanting to fill up my closet because more is more, right? But no, taking those pieces out and donating those shirts that I haven't used for many years now, or shirts that I thought, I want to just keep this for some random reason, but it was no use to me for many years, or I shouldn't really be wearing this anymore because it's literally tattered. Like it's in pieces at this point. It's time to let it go, babes. As I'm I'm in my 30s now, so my style has definitely become more refined. I don't feel, just like I'm sure most people in their 30s now, that I want to go just buy random pieces of stuff in my closet. I am very intentional about what I add now because, again, it's not about more is more. It's about just quality pieces overall. So a lot of things that I gave away actually were maybe things that I just didn't feel were quality pieces. They just weren't things that I felt was even worth keeping in my closet because, one, like I said, I didn't use it, but also when I did use it occasionally, it was like wrapping myself in plastic. That's just not something I want to do anymore. And as someone who's recovering, I would say, from my anxiety and stuff like that, I just don't need any extra thing to make me feel hot and out of place. I am going to stick to natural fibers as much as possible, right? Because I am not naive to the fact that most of the clothing that we have right now is polyester. It is a polyester blend of some sort, or just 100% polyester, PU, whatever, blah, 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 version of polyester, plastics, everything. So I'm not naive to the fact that that's what's mostly in the stores, but realistically, there are those blends that could still work for me. And ideally, I want to go 100% natural cotton, natural fiber, natural linen, natural everything, right? So if I can get there, the closer I can get to it, the better. But putting away and actually donating the things that I didn't need anymore was such a big thing in clearing out the clutter of those things that, one, just didn't fit my actual body chemistry anymore, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, the quality pieces, those few shirts, pants that you wear and go to over and over again, and they've lasted all of this time, it's worth more than like 10 pair of shirts or pants that you literally never touch. So yeah, there's a lot of value in just decluttering, in my opinion. Let's go into the next one. Lesson number 3, I think, in my very, very humble opinion, you should organize your closet by categories. I am the kind of person that I make my way in a certain direction in my closet, and you'll see that a lot in my video. I make a certain path through it, right? Because that's the way it's organized. So for me, it makes sense that like if I need a shirt and pants and bottom, they're right there. And those are like crop top pants, and I talk about this in my other video, so again, watch that. But I have shirts that are a little bit more cropped, then I have my pants, then I have my dresses. So I have them in this organization pattern that's very easily accessible to the categories that I even have in my brain. I like to have like a visual of what I have placed there. So even if I were to go in literally blindfolded into my closet, I can pick out for the most part what I have in there because I know where everything is sitting. That's the quality and the level of categorization that I have in that closet right now. After years of having things just kind of sploon together, because I did have that level of organization before. I've always kind of been like that. But of course, things fall out of category. Even now, I'm not perfect. If you were to go through it, there might be 1 or 2 things that could have been moved around. But it just got into such a mess over time. And I don't know, I guess I was just so overwhelmed with it that I just didn't put those thoughts back into, oh, let me organize this. I was just like, how am I even going to organize this? And that's a very real question too. How am I even going to organize it? I would say the easiest way is in the order of how you get dressed. Do you typically put your pants on and then your tops on and then your dresses? Or are you first a dress person? That's what you reach for like the most? Or are you more of like, I would go for a top and then bottom first? So maybe those type of organization is what you do, and then moving things around to fit what that looks like for you. So it doesn't have to be obviously the order that I have, but whatever works for you works for you. And now I've noticed that because I have this very clear visual color organization and height or length of the clothing categorization, it's easy for me to say, oh, cool, I have this pink and orange top. I'm going to pair it up with my orange pants. Visually, I can see everything. It's clear. I can know exactly what pairings I want to go with. Okay, let's say I want to go with a white top, right? I want to go white, black, classic, closet, neutrals. Okay, simple. I know more than likely the white is towards the further end of each aspect of each category. And that's what I lean towards. So it just made getting dressed, honestly, a breeze at this point. And that's a big, big thing that I've learned in this closet organization and this new, honestly, it's revitalized me or made me feel ready to take on fashion again. I felt like I kind of got stalled a little bit because I don't know, I just couldn't even see what was in there. I was like, I know I have more clothes than this, but I can't find anything. And I just felt stuck. And what I had before just wasn't working for me. And I felt like I was taking a lot more space than I really needed to. And now everything kind of works better. Am I saying it's 100% perfect? No. I do think that I'm actually going to change out where I have my handbags. I don't like the flimsiness of that. I might change it to a little bit more of a structure. But again, those are those things that I still can visually see everything. It's not like I'm stuck. It's just we as humans, I think, always have this need to make things better and go for higher and more and better and all that. So I think that's what it is. But I think I'll still do that. But overall, I think it's been a time saver and a style upgrade in one, just doing that one thing of categorizing everything. Let's get on to lesson number 4. It is so much easier to let go of things that you really don't need compared to how intense it felt in my brain. Like I just mentioned, right? I was like, oh my God, how am I going to go through everything and do this? And I don't even know what I could do. I was just in my brain. I felt mentally stuck with my closet, mentally stuck with the clothes I have, which made me mentally stuck with my styling and how I was pairing things in general. So it was a cyclical problem. And I just felt like, do I need a whole new closet? I don't know my style anymore. And mind you, like I do videos on here all the time, right? So the fact that I was feeling that way just was like, why? Like I have enough stuff. Like I don't need more stuff. But the moment I started to actually do that closet clean out and move things around, it was so much easier to let go of things that I didn't actually need compared to what I thought it would feel like, which is like, oh my God, this shirt. There were some shirts, I guess I was like, oh my God, this is from like when I was a freshman year in college. But overall, I was like, yeah, okay. I don't use it anymore. It's polyester. And what am I keeping this for? I'm going to do a clothes swap and give this out. Okay. That's what I mean, right? What you want to do is donate or sell those items. Donating has really helped me just get rid of those things without obviously trying to just put it out in a landfill somewhere. If you're not the kind of person that you feel like, oh, I want to donate, do a clothes swap. If you don't want to do a clothes swap and you're like, you know what, I can actually make money from all of this stuff. I just don't really have the time personally. I just feel like I have to monitor it. And I hear people going through a lot of nonsensical things with people asking questions about stuff and then they don't even get the money they deserve for it. So I'm like, why am I going to go through all of that? I would rather just give it to someone or swap it out with someone who actually wants this pieces of clothing. Anyway, I digress. If you're the kind of person that you want to sell it, do it. Great. Make that money back. I love that for you. But the satisfaction of knowing that it would be better used somewhere else than just sitting in your closet, never being used, or just like this weird item that's cluttering up space, that comes so easy. Trust me. My closet isn't just holding clothes anymore. It's not just stuffed up anymore. It's actually putting or having pieces that are conducive and actually helpful for my life and for my progression. Now, lesson 5 is actually really important, and you will see that throughout the video and throughout my closet organization was investing in closet maintenance tools, investing in closet storage tools and appliances, or is it appliances? Sorry, cabinetry and things of that nature. Okay, trust me when I say this, the swinging clothes hanger that weren't covered, didn't have good organization was part of the chaos in my mind. That I would go in my closet every morning and see this chaotic swinging thing in my closet was just a lot. And I thought it would be helpful, but I knew from day one I hated it. And I still kept it going because I was like, I already invested in it, even though it's not like that crazy expensive. And I think it was helpful for that time. But in retrospect, I should have just done more research and gotten the cabinetry that I actually have now. That thing is like a wood piece on top. It is very, very sturdy. It keeps all my clothes in a drawer aspect. Like that's literally what I needed this whole time. I've literally recommended this to my sister. She's about to get one more of these because it's just like, why didn't I do this, right? Or like having hangers that were plastic, I would put stuff on it, it would bend the plastic. Who has time for that? Okay? Or don't get me started on wire hangers that are weak, that you put anything on it, dip, anything on it, broken. I don't have time. I've told you many times, get you a wooden hanger situation. Get a nice setup. I've even found like the hangers that have that felt material. And I was actually talking about this with my husband because I was like, should I get it? But in retrospect, yes, I didn't get it because your clothes don't have any kind of like friction. Like, and I know you think, oh, I don't want my clothes tight enough, but they stay on there. And then just like they don't slide off easily, it's also hard to get things off easily. So you have the clattering situation because it's like wrapped around plastic. Forget it. Get your wooden hanger with divots in it. So you put the hooks of the dresses and stuff around the neck of it. That's what the hooks of the dresses are for, so that the clothes don't slide. You know what I mean? Get you an organization or storage kit. Get even the thing that I have for my handbags. Get something like that. You see all of the cubes that I installed in my closet that are a little bit they're semi-opaque or opaque in color. But all of those things are storage, organization, hanging, and maintenance style of organization for my closet. You don't have to invest in all of those things, but find the ones that fit for you. And don't forget, if you look at my closet very well, you will see an iron in there. I also have 2 types of steamers. I have one for the beds and things like that, beds, couches, and all those type of sofas in the house that are fabric and material. And then I have one for my clothing. And you should too. Let's say you really, really just hate iron. I know, I hear it. I can't iron. Okay, steam it. Okay, those little things change the way that you appear to people, change the way that you present yourself. And regardless of what you say, somebody's out there going to watch me and they're going to say, I don't care. Nobody cares. Yes, they do care about the way you present yourself the first time, at least for sure, when they meet you. We all make assumptions. That's just human bias. Wouldn't you just rather have the best bias going for you? And I know, again, someone's going to come in my comment and say, I don't care about bias. We all live under biases for the most part. That's called stereotypes as well, if you want to use a fancier word, or bias. And simple things like ironing or steaming your clothes make you look polished versus unpolished. So in this case, I think, yeah, get a steamer, get an iron too, in case it's deep wrinkles. Those small investments in your closet really, really change how you are not only perceived, but how you come across to people and how you stay stylish. Maybe people say like, oh, stylish, being stylish, that's all part of it, in my opinion. And lesson number 6, in case you haven't gathered by everything I've said so far, a clean closet boosts confidence and creativity, in my opinion. I have been able to go in my closet and be like, wow, okay, it's very clear to see what I have. It's very clear to see how I can put pieces of clothes together. I used to feel overwhelmed. I used to feel actually anxious to go in my closet. I thought I actually didn't have clothes to wear. I thought I had to do more shopping. I thought I just need one more shirt, one more pants, one more top. If I need anything now, it's more because I want to replace it for something of better quality. Not that I necessarily need something. Does that make sense? Because I now have a full category, a full catalog of the closet basics and the splashes of colors and everything that I want. But yes, I do have some pieces in there that are not great items in quality and material. So that's now the next category or the next phase of my shopping and like path, I guess, in life. But it's amazing how something super simple as having your closet organized can actually mimic a lot in your life. And I think I mentioned this in my video, right? Which is you don't realize that sometimes the clutter physically in your space also represents the clutter in your mind. Or maybe it's just a manifestation, or maybe you are just mimicking that same, pattern in your mind in other things. But whatever it may be, I found that the more my closet was organized, the more my desk was organized, the more my plans and my schedules throughout the day was organized, the more that my 9 to 5 was organized, the more that my weekend work was organized, the more that things became organized, because it was just a matter of, there's too much clutter in everything. Let me clean everything. So overall, it really made me feel confident in my day-to-day life as well. Like I said, right? A closet or wardrobe, it's how we get dressed in the morning. It's how we first approach the world, or how we see ourselves, or how we want to see ourselves when we approach the world, right? So to be able to go in there and see everything clearly, everything organized, and everything just for what it is, it made the having to do equations over and over in my mind less pertinent, less like, oh my God, I gotta do this all the time, right? So yeah, I would say it definitely made me feel confident in like my day-to-day life and other things, to be honest with you. But yeah, there you have it. Those are 6 lessons that I learned from my closet clean out and organization. So whether it's about finding gems or just reorganizing your closet in general, a closet organization or clean out is an essential for everyone. I think that's something you should do at least every 2 or 3 seasons out of the year. Ideally, at least once a year if you can't do it every season or something like that. If you've been putting it off, I encourage you, just give it a try. I promise you, you are going to come back with me. You're going to come back to me and say, okay, I give it to you, because I promise you it will help you out. And if you've been wondering, okay, I do want to add some new pieces to my closet and I don't know what to add, don't forget to check out my video on fall and winter trends that are worth investing in. Those are pieces that I think if you were going to add them to your closet are worth putting in there. And yeah, there you have it. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, until next time, bye.